Hello, this is Merritt Holloway, the Super Seamster, and today I'm gonna knock off this skirt. So I already kind of drew the lines and I took the measurements just to kind of save a little bit of time. So anyway, so this is gonna be, I guess, pretty much an A-line skirt. I'm not making it exactly like this skirt. This skirt has a lot of pleats in it, so basically I'm just using the silhouette. This is a repair job. I'm going to replace the zipper in this skirt, and so while I have the skirt for the customer, I'm going to also make a test pattern, because probably I'll be making her some more skirts in the future. But anyway, so this skirt has a waist of 30 inches. The seat is going to be 40, and then the one thing that I noticed about this skirt is that it has a waistband in the front, but in the back it has elastic, so it kind of stretches a lot. And so I think I came up with the back to be 16.5 versus 10. So basically this skirt, technically the waist can go to about really maybe 40 inches. So that'll, and so that can kind of help, you know, like in other words, it'll fit for many sizes. So anyway, so basically what I did was after I measured the skirt, then I drew I came up a half of an inch, really 1 inch, but then I took off another ½ inch, because I only want to mostly use a ½ inch waistband, a ½ inch hem, because when you have that curve, if you have a hem, then it's a little bit more difficult to curve it. But when you just have a ½ inch hem or a ¼ inch hem, then it's easy to turn it under when you're dealing with the curve. And so basically I measured up 27 inches, that's the length of the skirt, and then I measured down 6 inches, which would be the seat. Okay, and so at the seat I came up with 40, so then this is 1/4 of the skirt. So basically I have, well, right here I have 11.5 inches, and so that also includes a ½ inch of seam, and so I just decided to give just a little more ease, just to be a little safe. And if it's too big, I can always take it in, but I think it'll probably be just fine. So the front, here's the front line right here, and so, oh, I'm sorry, both lines are running the same, but then where they change is the front, it comes to here, and then I'm bringing it in under the seam allowance, and then I straighten it to this line right here, and then this is going to be the front, and I have this at 9 1/4 inch, so that means the front piece is going to be like about almost 18 inches. Okay, but then the back piece is where I'm going to have the ease, and the back piece I'm going to almost cut it straight. I'm still coming on the A line, but then I'm coming and I'm straightening it up, and so the back piece, and I'm going to put a zipper in the back. I think it's going to be easier for me. I'm going to use an invisible zipper, but I'm going to put it in the back. That skirt has the zipper in the side, but I think it's going to be just easier. So I'm going to put 2 pieces of elastic, one on each piece of the back. But the back I'm going to have at 11.25 inches. So technically, so that's 11, 22, 22, and then 9.5, so 32, 42, so 41. So technically, this waist will be 41, and then the hips are, technically, they're going to be like 44. And so now, the front, on the front of the skirt, there's a, here's the waistline, and so the waist, it curves up, and so I also have the seam allowance. I have it curving up, but then I also have it straightening it out. I have it straightening out before it gets to the side seam, so that way I can have a nice perpendicular square side for that pattern right there. And now with the 1.5 inch seam, it's going to end right here. Okay, so this is the top of the waist skirt right here. And then, although, I'm sorry, this is the waist right here. And then this is the seam allowance, but so 1.5 inches up, this is going to be at the top of the waistband. Okay, so the way I'm going to make this skirt is that it's going to have, the front piece is going to have the skirt, and it's going to have the waistband. And then what I'm going to have with the back piece is that I'm going to have it overlap. I'm going to have it overlap the the waistband, and then it's going to come down just a little bit below the waistband, and then I'll be able to do a top stitch right there to lock it in. So on the back piece, it's coming here, and then instead of stopping here, it's going to come up 1.5 inches, and then I'm going to allow 1/8 of an inch for the overlock for me to, because I'm going to cut that off when I'm adding the zipper to it. And so then here's the 1.5 inch that's going to overlap. So the back of the pattern is going to finish here. In fact, I have turned back. So the back of the pattern is going to finish here. And then I also took the liberty of cutting or setting up a 4-inch waistband. To have a 4-inch waistband in the rough. So then I'm going to have a 1/2 inch on each side that I'm going to take off. So that'll be a 3-inch waistband, which will be 1.5 inches. And then the 1.5 inches, that will overlap. And so that's how I set it up. So what I've done also is that I have a piece of paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the back out, since the back is using the most paper. And then after I have the back, then I'll be able to cut the front out. And so hopefully it's going to go through now. Technically, it looks like I don't need to put any real lines on it. Although I will be using my notcher because, well, I can just put these lines, but really I'm really not going to even more than likely draw them. But I will just put these lines. So this would be the seat line right here. And so maybe I will just draw it so you can see. And then this is the waist line. And then it has a little curve as it's getting to the side seam, and then I straighten it out before that. But I'm also going to, since I have it, I'm also going to throw the seam allowance in there. And again, I'm just doing this kind of as an exercise. Now, the bottom is going to curve up a little bit. And so the way it curves is that based on this line, based on the A line, you need to make a line that's going to be perpendicular to the A line. And so that's going to make this come down a little bit. But what's important is that since you have and this is how I did it. Okay, but I put the skirt up to the fabric, and then as you can see that the hip curve, that it's right on the money, and it's just following right along. So that was what I did. And then if you look right here, you can see that basically it's going to end right here. Okay, so about right there, and then the waistband is going to come. And so anyway, so this is it. So just really quickly, so I notched that, and then you want to notch the center front. I'm still looking for the fabric, but I'm going to find the fabric, and I'm going to cut probably between 4 to 6 pair of shorts that I'll be making. So be on the lookout for that. And until the next video, this is Super Seamster signing out.